there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope everybody's doing well. We're back on the island that we are in the midst of reworking, redesigning. But when you do that, you encounter quite a few interruptions. A lot of irritating situations, I guess. Also, like this one here. Oh my gosh. She used to be my friend, and now I really don't like her anymore. Nothing pleases her. I've got more clothes. Well, you know what? I guess the problem is I don't have enough unique items. I'm wearing tights there, right? And that's what she gave me. She gave me that samurai outfit. She said, "Theater?" So I went up to her and she goes, "Oh my God, please put some pants on." So I ran back and I put on some crop pants, and all of a sudden that makes a difference. You can't even tell. I had black tights on, which is what they wore, didn't they? They didn't wear pants back in the day, and she said theatrical. She's so irritating. And then she did this and she gave me an outfit, but I only got one ticket from her in the mail instead of two. She just doesn't like anything I do, and I'm so tired of it. LaBelle and I don't know. We gotta work something out. She's annoying me. I run by her all day long. It's like, yeah, I see you. Yeah, I see you. And I completely blow her off until the end of the day. I don't know what happened. I always enjoyed seeing her because she'd give you clothes, you know? Yeah, you can't even tell. What's the difference between crop pants and black tights? Anyway, this is what our island used to look like. And I didn't like it at all. So I flattened it. And I'm going to put everything where I think it might make a better fit. But like I said, when you're trying to do that, you get a lot of interruptions, and someone has to leave. Not who I wanted to ask to leave. But I did say, I'm pretty sure I said if they ask to leave, I'm not going to stop them. And I'm trying to think, is there anyone on my island that I really don't want to ask to leave? I don't know. Oh my gosh. And don't even get me started on Rio. Holy smoke. But before I do that, so we got to go on a villager hunt. I do hope you don't mind. The day I did this, I made a huge mistake. I took my nighttime meds in the morning. I switched them, and I didn't even realize it until I started feeling really weird and woozy. When I was a little girl, we had this thing called a record player, and it had 3 speeds, 33 1/3, 45, and 75 RPMs. And one of the funny things we liked to do, we thought it was hilarious, was to put a 45 on there and then either play it at 77, 75, and they'd have everybody'd sound like a chipmunk, or if you put it on 33 1/3, which was for them really old-timey records, they sounded really slow. And we thought that was hilarious too. Well, that's how I was the whole day I was doing this. So it's not live, and I do apologize. But I will try to remember how I felt with each island hop. I was so out of it. And I kept telling myself, you really shouldn't be doing this right now. And I just kept going. So I'm sorry if this isn't your cup of tea. Egbert. He's cute. He's lazy. Okay, well, we lost our grump, right? And I do want to replace the grump. I'm not sure what I would take, but we are doing the thing where It has to be somebody I've never had, my daughter's never had. Somebody brand new. Doesn't have to be a dreamy, it doesn't have to be beautiful. Although I missed, sorry, that was Klaus. Forgot to hit record. But I hope you will bear with me. I didn't mean to do that. It was a very dumb thing to do, and I've separated my meds now. I've got my 2 night ones, the CBD and evening primrose. But the magnesium I take during the day with my vitamin D, but it says it's a relaxer. And it's the CBD that knocks me out. We've had Rocco so many times. We see him all the time. I think I've had him once or twice at least. But anyway, so that happened. So I just couldn't talk. I mean, I talk slow now. That's why I keep begging you guys to please put your YouTube value up to, what is it? Is it 0.25 or 1.25 on the up speed for audio? It sounds so much better than me talking, droning on. Isn't Lyman pretty? I really like Lyman's colors. I don't know why. I don't know what triggered it, but I do these like fluctuating moods. And I really am in a green and orange phase at the moment. So that makes me anxious. I don't really like going with themey type things because my attitude does change. Infrequently, but you know, now Norma here started making me think, am I confusing her with Patty? I think it was Norma I had on another island, and I've never had Patty. So that I'm pretty sure that's the case. I thought I looked through all of my old videos, and there seems to be quite a bit missing. I don't know. Oh well. And we do have a new frog here, and when I first saw him, I'm like, ooh, okay. And he is a grump. But then the more I kept looking at him, I'm like, well, maybe not. I don't know. I've never had him before, but it does have to appeal to me. I hope that's okay with. They're not rigid rules. I made them up, so I guess I'm able to switch things up and change them around. Yeah, the more I looked at him, I'm like, no, I don't know. Do I like? I would love to replace the crank with another crank. He shook his head with me. That's cute. I like you, Croak, and I would take you. I just wasn't feeling you at the time. I'm sorry. Okay, so where was I? That got messed up. I am forging ahead with our remodel of the island. I thought this was Rizzo, and I'm like, for heaven's sake, how many times are we going to see this guy? But then he turned like that, and I'm like, that's not Rizzo. Who's this? Moose. Freaky looking moose, and he's a jock. I think we might need another jock on our island. Ace just really isn't cutting it. He's pretty. I like Ace. But he's just not doing... Oh, and speaking... Oh my gosh, I shouldn't say that. Well, it's one-sided, so it's kind of sad, but I think Lolly has a thing for Ace. And she keeps buying him things and asking me to give them to him. And he's not reciprocating, so we're going to have a little talk. Apple. I've never had Apple before, and I know she's an it girl, but I just don't see it. Yeah, she has nice coloring, but for whatever reason, the hamsters, they're a take it or leave it with me. Maybe it's a mood thing, I don't know, but she doesn't appeal to me the way she appeals to so many others. But then again, my taste, a lot of the things I like, nobody likes, and a lot of things I kind of go, what? Everybody's like, oh my gosh, like Snooty here. I'm sorry, I think she's gorgeous. She is so pretty. And I don't think I've ever had her before, but boy, oh boy, do we meet her all the time. So maybe one of these days I should just take her. But I like her coloring. And we could use another Snooty on the island. We have 2 sisters, a Jock and a Lazy, 2 Peppies, and a Smug and a Snooty. We lost our Crank though, and that to me is the best personality, is the cranky personality. Who's this? He looks very bored. Quilson. Oh, he's a Smug. Isn't that weird though? I like Lyman's colors, but I'm not feeling this one. Something about the freckle placement is just off for me. I don't know. He's not bad. But I want a Crank, I guess. We need to replace our Crank, right? All I can tell you is I have no idea where my brain was with this one. I was on another planet doing this, and I do apologize. Okay, so Lolly has a very... Okay, Raine. I've had her as a sisterly. I've had her as a starter. She's very sweet. She's got nice coloring. Nothing wrong with Raine at all. I just much prefer the horse Raine to the rhino Raine, but maybe it'd be neat having both of them on the island. Yeah, so I had to take a break, so I changed clothes, and I did some things off, and then I came back. Ugh. Lolly has a thing for Ace, and I'm going to have to talk to her about that because one-sided love affairs are just bad news. Very bad news, especially for the girl. Don't do it. If he's not into you more than you're into him, question everything. That's my advice. Okay, the island. It's coming along, and then it's not coming along. Okay, I have to tell you this. I did finally see a tarantula. And it was while I was rolling up a snowball. I think I've got like 5 or 6 more to go to finish the miles. Building so many snowmen. Perfect snowmen. I'm in the middle of rolling a snowball, and this thing just darted between my legs and kept going, and I'm like, that was a tarantula. So I paused the snowball, I grabbed my net, and I ran all over the island for 25 minutes. No tarantula. Ooh. Boris. Oh my gosh, and he's a Crank. But we just got rid of a pig Crank. I like Boris. He's got a peace sign for a nose. Yeah, but we just got rid of a cranky pig. I do like him, though. He's cute. Move on. So, no tarantula. I still don't have a tarantula. I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. I believe it was like 11:15 at night, too. And they're not anywhere. Oh, Robin. Oh, she's one of my favorites. She's a Snooty, and I love her. I don't know why. I just think she's beautiful. But I've had her before. So, can't say hi to Robin, but I don't know. I like the birdies. I really like the birdies. And she was one of my favorites. Oh, she's so pretty. And there again, unpopular opinion. I know a lot of people don't care for the birds. I do. So we're on to Island 14. Okay, so I talked about the tarantulas. I talked about Lolly and her one-sided love affair. Good heavens. The island itself. Rodeo. Hey, Rodeo, we've never seen you before, have we? I've had Rodeo. He's a good lazy. His eyes are a little freaky. I thought that too, but I did get used to it. And if you give him a pair of sunglasses, he'll wear them all the time. So if those eyes bother you, try doing that, and that might help. I see Zucker back there. And hopefully by now you guys know how I feel about the octopi. I've had Marina, and I think Marina is adorable. But I just can't... I can't watch them walk. I have to focus on something other than their legs, because that to me is creepy. That is creepy for me, so I don't know. Okay, so this is our final island. I do make my choice here, and I'm not going to apologize. I will not apologize for this. I love Louie. Little Donkey Kong King with his cute little butt showing. But, excuse me, none of these critters wear pants, okay? My daughter had him, too. And oh my gosh, I just fell in love with him. Every time I went to visit him, it was the strangest thing. He was usually in his house or outside of his house, but near his house, all by his lonesome. And it used to bring tears to my eyes. It's the weirdest thing. I'm a weird person, I know. But he just tugged at my heartstrings so much. And now that I see him again, it's like, please come to my island. I'm going to make sure that you have a lot of friends and you have a lot of fun. I'm not knocking my daughter. She loved him too. But he just seemed so alone and isolated. I felt so sorry for him. She did so much for him. She gave him the 4 boxing corners. He had a ton of gym equipment outside and inside his house. And nothing. So I hope he doesn't, if he does that to cute little buddy. If he does that to me, yes, I will say goodbye. Thank you, Orville. Appreciate that. Now we got to open some bottles. We got more than normal, but not as many as I had hoped. So out of 16 islands, we only got 4. And we've had Pecan. I've had her twice. That was the only thing I didn't know was the purple hyacinth wreath. I know everything else. We meet Melba all the time. All the time we meet Melba. And Zell, I've had Zell before. Yeah, I have. Raymond! Wow, Raymond. Hey, Raymond, even when I don't see you on an island hop, there you are. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that's over and done with. So we have to get back to... Well, no, the island is flat. I figured out how to tame my flowers. I just put a strip of paving along the back. Hope that helps. And I'm thinning out my trees, believe it or not. The problem I'm having is with the shop and the tailor. And I ended up not really liking where I put my museum. So the museum island is the museum island. The museum position is on hold at the moment, and that's where I'm stuck. So I have to keep staring and thinking and running around and looking. And so it's going to be a bit before you actually see any of my progress. Well, I'm going to show you the map of my progress. Celeste paid us a visit. I'm so happy. She's my favorite. I just love her. I love her coloring. She is so pretty. She gave me the Aquarius urn the first time. And this time I didn't get anything from her. No, yeah, I did. I cannot remember. She gave me something. But I have 5 Aquarius things now. So this is what our island looks like at present. That little spot on the bottom left there at the other side of the river, that was where I had the tailors. And I had the shop where the tailor is now, the Able Sisters. And then I flipped them. And I moved our museum over. And I took it off the 3rd tier and got rid of the 3rd tier entirely. So at the moment it's very like piddly little waterfalls. But it's not that loud, so that's a good thing. And lots of bridges. I'm going to put one more bridge on our left of the services. But I do thank you for sticking with me to the end. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day. Bye-bye.